Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Amiibo here. Today we are talking about some Nintendo Switch games that recently received reprints. Games that were at a time very expensive, have recently gotten reprinted and have come down in price drastically. So I have 5 games I want to talk about today. Let's get into it. Alrighty folks, a good Thursday morning if you are watching this on a Thursday morning. I decided to make this video because there have been a decent amount of very high profile-ish games, I would say, that I've received reprints that at recent times were very expensive, one of which I had to completely miss. I'd missed that this got a reprint over the past week or two, so I wanted to make this video to kind of share with you all that, hey, these games are available for, MSRP or, slightly below MSRP, whereas, a couple weeks ago, they were extremely expensive. So the first game I want to talk about in today's video is Shin-chan, Me and the Professor on Summer Vacation, The Endless 7-Day Journey. So this is based on the My Summer Vacation series, a very long-running series, but of course, this time it's with a Shin-chan kind of skin on it. Shin-chan, of course, being a pretty classic anime. I don't know if any of you grew up watching, I think it was on Adult Swim or Toonami overnight, but basically it's this pretty old anime, and they made these summer vacation games based off of it. And as you can see here, Video Games Plus, which is a Canadian retailer, which I do talk about quite a bit on this channel, does have it in stock for $43.53. Now they're in Canada, so shipping might be a little weird. They do offer free shipping, I think, on orders maybe of 100 Canadian, something like that. Not sponsored, by the way. I want to say that. I talk about them a lot. I'm not sponsored by them, but Video Games Plus is genuinely just a very great website. If you are a physical Switch collector, I highly recommend you check them out because they do a ton of reprints like this. Now, if you notice, this was a limited run game, but it was not a numbered release. It was one of their distro titles, so I guess because of that they were able to reprint it. This game is one I had missed. I just purchased it immediately when I saw it was reprinted because I actually played it. I played it digitally when it came out, and it's a fun game. It's very cozy. If you played any of the My Summer Vacation games, but also Tackle the Friday Monsters on the 3DS, very similar vibe, just kind of like a day in the life of a little Japanese village. Very wholesome, very nice stuff. The visuals are very nice in this game. Even if you don't like Shin-chan, it's just kind of a nice vibes, nice vibes kind of game. But I wanted this one because I played it and I only had it digitally, but also this game skyrocketed in price, completely. I don't know if I talked about it in a video before, but looking at eBay prices here, so just kind of scrolling through. So right now, like I said, right. So on Video Games Plus, it's 43 because it just got reprinted. Even as recent as 3 days ago, it was selling for $86-$100 for the ESRB version. There's also the Japanese sequel that just came out. I think that's getting that might be getting an English release soon. But as recent as a couple days ago, it was still selling for $80 to $100. But if you go back to September, Shin-chan was completely out of print. Even October 10th, 120. Scrolling back more here, it's mostly Japanese copies, quite frankly, but there were, here's one that sold for 115. I remember seeing copies, there's one that sold best offer accepted for 200, so who knows what that actually was, 125. This game went up in price very quickly, kind of out of nowhere, at least for me, because I remember seeing it in stock on limited run, and then it was also carried, I think, at Best Buy and on Amazon as well. But for whatever reason, I just kind of didn't buy it. I was like, oh, it's not going to get rare or expensive. What a fool I was. So I was like, dang, I'm not going to spend $150 on this game, especially because I already have it digitally. But thankfully, Video Games Plus coming in clutch with a reprint. So I wanted to shout out that. That was the first one, and kind of the game that made me realize, dang, this is actually a pretty decent idea for a video to help let you guys know what games that were expensive have gotten reprints very recently. Next up is another game that I was actually missing, and that is AI The Somnium Files. My copy of it already came in here in the mail. So this is a visual novel or kind of adventure game, however you want to slice it, from the, I believe, series director of the Zero Escape games. So 999 and Virtue's Last Reward, those games. It's a new IP from them. This one came out, I think, back in 2020, I want to say. There's also already a sequel called Nirvana Initiative, I believe, and I actually bought that game first because this game was actually already out of stock. AI The Somnium Files, the first game, was pretty hard to find. Looking on eBay, I mean, it wasn't as expensive as Shin-chan, but it was, in the $70 range at times, depending. So, you can snag a deal for $40, but at least when I was trying to buy it back in 2022, this game was actually pretty pricey, the $100 range in some cases. But I guess, it depends. You could snag a deal, right? Now it does look like there's a difference here. These ones say Day 1 edition, whereas my copy does not. I'm not sure if there's actually a difference there, but this is a really cool game that I've always wanted to play, but because I bought the second game first, I couldn't really just start with the second game. In fact, I tried to start with the second game, but they're immediately asking you questions about your experience with the first game. So it is highly, I think, suggested that you play the first game before going into the second. So I've been waiting, but just reading through the description on VGP, if this sounds interesting to you, maybe check it out. The mind never lies. In a near-future Tokyo, Detective Kaname Date, I assume it's Date because it's Japanese, is on the case of a mysterious serial killer. Date must investigate crime scenes as well as dreams on the hunt for clues from the minds of Kotaro Uchikoshi from the, of course, Zero Escape series, the director of that, with character design by Yusuke Kozaki, who did work on No More Heroes, as well as the Fire Emblem series. A thrilling neo-noir detective adventure is about to unfold. Hone your detective skills in the thrilling sci-fi murder mystery with 30-plus hours of gameplay and multiple endings. Enter dreams to solve puzzles and learn clues with a 6-minute time limit. Every second counts. Discover the truth by interrogating suspects and using 3 special vision modes to investigate crime scenes. So this is one I've been really wanting to play, but I just did not pick up because it was going up in price. It was getting kind of like, like $70, $80 range that I just did not want to have to, take the plunge on. But because, once again, because of our saviors VGP, you can get a copy right now. It's still available on their website as of October 16th for like $40 USD, which is like not bad at all. Now, if someone who has the day one edition of this game can let me know in the comments down below, like, what is there a difference with that, or is it just like a branding thing? Like, okay, you bought it on day one, you get a little stamp on it, or is it just the same game, or is there like any kind of code or anything? I don't see anything that would reference that on the back of my box, but also I don't have the day one edition. So let me know in the comments down below, does the day one edition of AI the Somnium Files actually have anything different, or is it just like a cover art thing? But yeah, that's one I was very happy to see get a reprint. I've been waiting on that one for a while. Next up is the Capcom Fighting Collection. Now, this is one I picked up back when it was at retail, I think for $40 back in 2022 or 2023. This one has just risen over time, and just a couple months ago it was selling for like, I think $50 to like $80 in that range. A little bit, once again, not like crazy like Shin-chan was, but it was out of print. You couldn't buy it at a local retailer, and it was just, kind of just consistently going up. Well, VGP has reprinted it. You can get it for 40 Canadian right now, which I believe, what is that? Let's just do a little conversion down here. That's 29.02 USD for a great collection of Capcom fighting games. Of course, if you're trying to go back and kind of just learn more about Capcom fighting history, this is a great one to check out because it includes all 5 Darkstalkers games, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not as familiar with the series, as well as the Japan-only titles Vampire Hunter 2, Darkstalkers Revenge, and Vampire Savior 2, as well as stuff like Hyper Street Fighter 2, Puzzle Fighter 2, I believe Super Gym Fighter mini mixes on there. So this is a great collection, especially if you're trying to get ready for the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which is coming out in 2025. That one has like Power Stone and stuff in it, some 3D fighters, which is cool. This one came out a couple years ago though and has been out of stock. So I would say, yeah, VGP might reprint it again in the future, but also $30, not a bad price for a great collection of classic Capcom fighting games that, frankly, I was talking with my friend about this. Capcom collections are so next level. It is so cool that all 5 of these Darkstalker games are on Switch and on PS4 as well. I think that version is still a little bit more pricey. But yeah, great reprint here for Capcom. If you're a Capcom fighting fan, definitely recommend this one. And you know what? I said this video would include 5 reprints. Here's a 6th one for you. I believe this was a reprint, but either way, it is available on their website, so I wanted to talk about it. The Capcom Belt Action Collection. I still have not picked this one up myself, but they have it in stock right now for 25 USD. This is the Capcom Beat 'em Up Collection. It never got a physical release in America, which is really unfortunate. I don't know why Belt Action. It's Beat 'em Up bundle. It's the Beat 'em Up bundle that we got over here with stuff like King of Dragons and Knights of the Round, as well as Final Fights, and I think Captain Commando's in there. So not as like an exciting collection, I would say, but also still really cool. There is a physical release though. It does have English on the cartridge, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, they have this this best price release. This one was also going up in price, as you can see here. Back in August it was like $50 depending. I mean, yeah, like I said, you can always find a deal like 26 at auction, but this one was going up. Now it is worth noting there's the ugly best price version, and there's also this version that is not hideous. So either way, like the best price version should in theory help bring down the price of that, and even then it's still selling for like $35, as you can see right here, whereas on VGP you can get it for 25. In fact, I actually missed this when I placed my Shin-chan order. That would have been great to know. So this is one I still want to pick up, although I don't know if I want that best price version. Let me see if there is a can I see how much is it going for like the regular copy? I mean, 32 plus $8, that's not even that bad. So maybe I would just do that, because I'm not sure if I want the this best price thing. I mean, yeah, even here, 29 free shipping from Japan. You'll be waiting a while. Not the worst, but you might want to go for that cleaner box art on that one. Here's one that y'all would not stop commenting on my videos back in August and September, Signalis. So this one is a PS1 kind of styled horror game, but it's like a sci-fi horror game, very like Resident Evil vibes, like OG Resident Evil. This one skyrocketed in price. I believe it's by Humble Games. Looking at the reviews on Metacritic, it has an 81 on Metacritic. Perfect time right now for this game as well. This got a reprint in, I think, late September. My copy just shipped, and they actually sold out of the initial reprints. Now they have another batch that is expected to ship in November, so you won't quite make it in time for Halloween, but you guys were like going crazy about this game, like saying like, oh, you got to check out Signalis, you got to check out Signalis. I think at one point, let me just search Signalis on Switch here on eBay, and then scroll down. This, yeah, I mean, you can even see remnants of it. This game was going for crazy, crazy amounts of money, and even here, you're seeing people try to flip the VG reprints. So it looks like even with this reprints happening, oh, I like that Japanese red box art. Even with the reprint happening, it looks like this still might be, yeah, $80 used. That's crazy. I mean, it's literally, oh, interesting. It says here there was a lenticular photo. So if you really want the lenticular photo, you'll have to get that first print copy. I personally don't care that much. As someone who's not like a huge fan of the game or anything, right? I haven't played the game. I've heard it's very good. I plan on playing it soon. I'm not going to spend that much more money for a copy that has a lenticular photo. Frankly, this is a game I would probably buy on sale digitally and then keep my copy sealed, depending on how good the sale was. But either way, the fact that VGP has it for $29 USD, very good price. People were going crazy, so I wanted to mention this one because, once again, just a very cool thing that VGP is reprinting. Like, the VGP seems in tune with the community. They know what games people want reprinted, and this is one that was highly requested. So great job on their part. And then finally, I'm sure most of you already know about this one, but this was an official reprint by Square Enix, so not through VGP. However, I did want to mention it because it is a huge deal. It is a very good, great job moment for the collecting community. Like, thank you, Square Enix, for actually reprinting this. The Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Anniversary Edition finally released, which is just a wider spread, wider print version of the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. If you were not there back in, I think in 2022, it was like after Christmas, but before the new year, they put up pre-orders for the Pixel Remaster, and they went out like instantly. Now, I was very lucky. I managed to get it. I do have the special edition that has like the slipcover here as well, but they recently just re-released it with this new Anniversary Edition, and as far as I can tell without opening my copy, the only difference is that it says Anniversary Edition on the front. The spine is the same, so if you just want a physical version of Final Fantasy 1 through 6, some of the greatest JRPGs of all time, it's available again. Now, unfortunately, because Square Enix got a Square Enix, still kind of pricey, right? Like, the MSRP for this is $74.99. So on here, on VGP, you can get it for $72.55. So you're saving a couple dollars. But hopefully, now that it's such a widespread release, we see sales on Black Friday, right? Because like it's available at Best Buy and Target and stuff, and I believe Amazon. So hopefully, it drops a little bit below MSRP. But yeah, very happy that game got reprinted because, man, that like, I felt guilty almost. I felt guilty owning it. Like, I didn't, like, deserve to own it. Because, like, at the time when I got it, because I just happened to be awake when the pre-orders went up, I had never even played any of those 6 games. I've since gone back and played half of them. I'm halfway through the collection now. I still need to play 4, 5, and 6. So, I'm very excited to get to 4 and 6. As you know, people have always told me those are some of the best games ever. But even 1, 2, and 3, I really enjoyed playing through. Even 2, which people say is, like, really bad, I actually think 2 is my favorite out of the 3 so far in this collection, but very happy this collection is available widely, so you can get it if you missed it, and I think any Square Enix or Final Fantasy fan would want to have this in their collection. Also got reprinted on PS4, which is worth noting because the PS4 edition of this game was, like actually $1,500 at one point, so thank goodness it got reprinted. So that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, let me know in the comments down below, what games are you planning on picking up that got reprinted, if you're planning on picking up any of them, but also, what games do you want to see get a reprint on Nintendo Switch? I would say, like, there's a little bit of criteria there. Like, I'm not expecting Pirate's Curse to get a reprint because that was a numbered limited run release. So, like, that's off the table. But I think there's a lot of games that are still expensive, that are not limited run, that still could get a reprint. And that might be a whole separate video, actually. So maybe I'll keep my mouth shut right now. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. What games do you want to see get a reprint in the near future? And if you guys like this type of video, maybe whenever there's like a nice bundle of new reprints coming out for Switch, I'll do a video updating you guys so you know, like, okay, I should buy this while it's still in stock. But that is going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, follow me on Twitter at BotoxGames. Check out my other channel at BotoxGames as well. And until next time, folks, peace.